Guys, this is a call for basketball. So I make this video before I go to work. This has to be the most sickest story I've ever heard. The sickest story, the most saddest story I've ever heard. This is plain out just flat out ridiculous what they're doing now. I have to make this video because I have to show you. This is crazy. This is about a woman that was bumped down on a waiting list for organ transplant because she didn't get the magic potion. Look, check this out, look.
A number of hospitals around the country are denying organ transplants to people who are not vaccinated against COVID-19 or bumping them down on waiting lists. This raises some ethical questions over the decisions. In one highly publicized case, a Colorado health system denied a woman a kidney transplant. The patient refuses to get a COVID shot. The patient refused, rather, is what it should say, to get a COVID shot because of her religious beliefs. Joining us now to discuss this case is
that were really sacrificed up for the advancement of medicine, and for me, as a sanctity of life person, I can't move forward. So there's this policy put in place for something that could happen versus not getting a transplant, which could 100% lead to the end of my life.
Joining us now to discuss this case is Arthur Kaplan. He's a professor of bioethics at NYU Grossman School of Medicine. So this isn't just happening in Colorado. It's apparently happening.
That's sick. For something that could happen, for something that isn't really going to happen, that has a slim chance of happening, she's being bumped down from being able to get an organ transplant. Oh, come on, man. They just come up with every freaking solution to get you on board, right? They come up with every possible solution. Oh, you can't do this. You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't walk to the store. You can't do this. You can't use your bank card. Man, whatever, bro. They come up with every freaking solution to get you on board.
Happening in hospitals across the country. So the big question here is it ethical to deny an organ transplant if the patient is not vaccinated against a contagious disease like COVID-19?
I'm not even for let him answer. I'm not gonna let him answer that question because you already know what this asshole is gonna say. He's a paid actor. He's gonna say, "Oh no, I'm gonna take." He's gonna take the high road. Oh, man, listen. You should take it, man. It saves your life. It saves the person that you transplant. It saves their life. Even. It's just and who's to say this person is a doctor? This person, who is this guy? He's sitting in his freaking basement with a whole bunch of books around that makes him smart. You know what I'm saying? Or we supposed to just trust a guy, that old dude like this that looks like freaking Satan himself? I mean, come on, man. This is crazy. It's crazy.
I think it is, and the reason is. If you have a disease like COVID, when you get immunosuppressed, when they give you drugs to prevent the transplanted organ from rejecting, it's really likely it's going to flare up. As a matter of fact, you require flu shots, measles shots, tetanus, booster update. So the centers are basically doing...
You require every shot known to man. You require... Just everything. You require what the government says. If the government says do it and you don't do it, you don't get a transplant. You don't get a heart transplant. You don't get surgery. You don't get this. You don't get that. You lose your job. You lose this. You lose that. You lose your bank card. You won't be able to get access to this. You won't be able to go to your gym. You won't be able to socialize with other people. You won't be able to participate in society. You won't be able to do this. You won't be able to do that. It's going to continue to happen because they are pushing the agenda. And the agenda is, if you're not on board with us, then you can kick rocks and go to hell. Pretty much. So it doesn't matter what it is. They can just say, if they have the power to control it, they're gonna control it. Say I'm wrong.
Doing what they usually do, which is to say, we can't put you at risk of dying from the transplant. We can't lose the organ. You've got to be vaccinated.
I don't know if, when it comes to issues of ethics, if there's sort of a set protocol that the medical community discusses. But we know that the University of Colorado Hospital cited a study that found that transplant patients who contract COVID-19 have a mortality rate of 20% or higher. Would that be enough to justify a denial? The fact that they stand an increased risk of, not surviving?
Well, I know that study, and that just traced out transplant survivors, if you will, for a year. You're taking those drugs for the rest of your life, as long as you have that kidney or that transplanted organ.
Did you hear that? Please tell me you heard that. Please tell me you heard what he just said. You're taking those drugs for the rest of your life. You're taking the COVID shots for the rest of your life. They plan on putting this and putting this and putting this, like Carl said, putting this and putting this and putting this into your body. For that, you've seen his videos. You see why they want this in your body. They keep putting this in your body. They want this to keep coming in your body. That's why they say it wears off, and you need to keep putting more. The booster. They keep pushing the booster. This is why they desperately need this in your body. Carl said it. He said why. They will keep pushing this until they get it in you. They're not forcing this on you. They're willingly giving it to you. They're willingly telling you you willingly have to take this. Basically, this is something like this is where we gotta hold our ground, people. We can't fold under pressure. We can't give into their peer pressure. This is all politics. They're using this to crack us like an egg. We cannot fold under their pressure. We gotta keep strong. I know it looks hard. I know it's BS, but this is what they're gonna do to try to push their agenda. And this is the test that you have to go through. Trust me, I'd rather have this 9 in me than to have a stupid 9 to 5. Trust me, people. There's a job out there that you can do that you don't have to do this. To work under their. How about we make our own place where the unvaxxed can go, and we just shun everybody that freaking. No, I don't want to do that though, because no, if you want to come and you're vaxxed and you want to come and be in our society of unvaxxed, Magic Potion, then sure, you can come. I'm not going to separate. But we should create our own place where we can go, that we are free to just do whatever the hell we want to do. And choose what's in our body. And if you want to come join us and you have got the Magic Potion, sure, you can come do that. We're not discriminating. But I feel like that's what we should do. But we're not going to shun anybody, because that's pretty lame.
And so the COVID, if it gets into your body, could kill you at any time. So I'm going to say many transplant centers...
it cannot kill you at any time. That is... Man, I'm not going to say it because they're going to trigger my channel. I'm not going to say it. But, dude, people have recovered from this. We just supposed to just nod our heads like this and say, okay, this is right. This is a good news source, This is a good news source. Yep. They're not lying. Come on, man.
Going to say we can't face those kinds of risks. We have too many other people who are likely to do better, both survive longer and have a higher chance of survival. And I think that is defensible. We try with the scarce supply of organs, and let's hope that we get more. We should all be organ donors. But when there aren't enough to go around, you've got to make some hard calls.
So do hospitals have legal standings in these situations?
They don't. It's basically the transplant team. The way things work is each individual transplant center sets its standards for who it's going to put on the list, Colorado, NYU, Stanford, whoever it is. And then we have a national waiting list. If you're admitted to a center, you're put on that list, and then distribution occurs. There are many, many programs that are going to say, you've got to be up to date on your vaccinations. Giving you a transplant and those drugs that are going to tune down your immune system.
Well, I guess I can get a transplant. If that ever comes, I'd rather just croak. I'd rather croak than get a transplant. I really would. I'm not going to joke with you. You know what? I'm not gonna get it. Hell no. Fuck no. I'm not gonna get it. Hell no. Kiss my ass.
System is just too dangerous.
In the case out of Colorado, the woman cited her religious beliefs for not getting a COVID shot because of the
They don't care. They don't care.
role that fetal cell lines played in the development of the vaccines. And I'm not going to give people sort of a big definition, but people should know that when we're talking about fetal cell lines, we're talking about the very first cell when it came to sort of research and development, and that was used many cells ago. So we're not talking about a direct link between fetal cells and these vaccines. It would have been I guess biological. I should.
I'm trying to get my story right. I'm struggling. I'm having a MK Ultra breakdown.
Really let you, doctor, explain it, but we're not talking about a cell that was removed. We're talking about something that would have happened, decades ago. Anyhow, keeping that in mind, are any of the COVID vaccines, let me get you to clarify. Are any of the COVID vaccines made with fetal cell, and what about a religious exemption?
Well, what you're basically pointing out is...
All right, I'm in right there. There is no relationships. They don't care about that. In a story short, it's this is the story. You see the story. This is what they're gonna do. This is how they're gonna do it. Transplants. You're gonna need to get the match potion. It doesn't matter about it. You're gonna need to get it. So yeah, it's good making this video, guys. Stay tuned to the next one.